Rebuttal to the term sovereign citizen, part 2. Let's go. So back to reading what the FBI said. Sovereign citizens are anti-government extremists who believe that even though they physically reside in this country, they are separate or sovereign from the United States. So in this video, we're going to break down separate and sovereign from the United States, and we're also going to break down the anti-government extremist label. Book reference. There is no such thing as a power of inherent sovereignty in the government of the United States. In this country, sovereignty resides with the people, and Congress can exercise no power which they have not, by their constitution entrusted to it. All else is withheld. Juliet versus Greenman. The sovereignty of a state does not reside in the persons who fill the different departments of its government, but in the people from whom the government emanated, and they may change it at their discretion. Sovereignty then in this country abides with the constituency, and not with the agent. And this remark is true, both in reference to the federal and state government. Spooner versus McConnell. So those two cases alone are enough to rebut the narrative that people think they are sovereign and separate from the United States, which the people are. Now to address the anti-government extremist BS propaganda label. As previously mentioned, the term sovereign citizen is an oxymoronic label created by the FBI to group common people who hold pretending government officials to constitutional standards into the category of domestic terrorists. There is no legal or regular definition of the term sovereign citizen, and the majority of the people who are mislabeled as such don't even refer to themselves as sovereign citizens. We fucking hate the term sovereign citizens, emphasis added. One can look to the origins of the United States for examples of extremism. In the eyes of the British monarch, King George III, the European founding fathers would undoubtedly be labeled extremists or today's sovereign citizens, as they too fought against many of the same oppressive mechanisms we fight against today. One of the foundational documents of the United States, being the Declaration of Independence, is essentially a criminal complaint against the British king. By the logic of the modern anti-sovereigns, they would label such a document as terrorist papers, anti-government, etc. According to anti-sovereign logic, the quote, "Give me liberty or give me death" by one Thomas Paine today would undoubtedly land him on the extremist or domestic terrorist list. The issue is that we are anti-corrupt and anti-de facto government. And if you go do some research on any of the founding fathers, they actually spoke against everything that's happening today. The spirit of resistance to government is so valuable on certain occasions that I wish it always be kept alive. That was Thomas Jefferson. Stay tuned for part 3 because it's only getting better. If you want to get my book, it's available on Amazon. The link is in the bio. Please like, share, and comment your thoughts. Peace.